Okay, what up ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot right here, hopefully your favorite official content creator for the first Descendant, and today we are getting started with some reactor farming. Honest to God, today that's all I'm doing. I'm focusing on reactor farming and clearing, of course, the event stuff. So actually let me make good use of my own command there. I better go and check on the event stuff. Better clear that and then go reactor farming. Town of Rocket Road. Oh yeah. Hello, Petro. All clear. Hey, Jonathan. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Certainly can't complain. Time to get going. Let's see what I have left on my shenanigans for today. Okay. 1 void intercept, 2 infiltrations, mission 4 times mission will be cleared easily, so that one I'm not too worried on. Hey Foxy, doing well. Time to get the void intercept cleared in like 3 seconds, which is easy to do. And pull up my own stream first as well. Yes. Then 2 infiltrations. I can just speedrun Medister's lab. And then the rest. Okay, so first things first. Where's my lovely owie machine? Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
The space-time fabric
But
of the void
other than the
is
Halloween stuff, it was
blocked.
just stuff that I've already seen. So I gotta be real. I'm not like super impressed. The ultimate Freyna gameplay is basically Freyna gameplay, which we all, like, all the experienced players already knew from the start. I feel like the trailer was aimed more at, like, trying to draw attention to people who have, excuse me, dropped off the game temporarily. So I think that that is what they're aiming the trailer to do, because basically everything that Ultimate Freyna was doing, we have already seen Freyna's doing, you know, pretty much since the rework. Or rather, since the buff. I shouldn't call it a rework since it wasn't really a rework. I guess it could kind of be a rework. But yeah, basically, since it was that stuff, you know, I wasn't, like, jumping up and down for that. But yeah, the skins were the main thing. And I feel like that was the big one that I was really looking at. That's what it's here for, souls. They understand the difficulty and only making 2 per day. So they are trying to have means and ways of giving us stuff. Alright, time to go clear to infiltrations. My only wish is that the invasions counted as infiltrations. I'd have more reason to do them. But since they don't, it's like, Hey Bruce, doing alright? Profiler, what up? Haven't seen you in a while. Don't even know why I have this one. I'm just gonna shove it in the storage. I can clear them out at a later time. Shove. Yep. Like, I would love to get some of those Halloween skins, but I want to make sure that the emote and spawns can be equipped on anything, because it makes no sense. It makes no sense, genuinely, to keep locking this stuff, because, yeah, no. Like, I can't really get into that. So I hope that they unlock all that stuff, because it's ridiculous at this point. Now, don't forget to like the stream, guys. Let me swap over back to Bunny. And Georgia Peach Queen, here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. I'll just speed run it twice. Yes, yes, yes.
HQ here. Commence mission to recapture Magister Lab.
Hey, what up, boy? Well, listen, I'm proud of you for running a 10K race. Rena. Jesus. Hey. That could count as hitting on somebody. Don't be making my viewers uncomfortable, boy. You know the drill. We don't allow people to do that on Star or Kaz, then hey, we can't be letting you, poke on Foxy either, okay? It's all be Chilimanjaro here. If you have to stare at somebody, stare at Bunny. What the hell, Hungry Hippo 12? Sorry, pal. This is first Descendant stream, but I think you're looking for the relationship advice stream. That's 3 doors down. All right, this is TFD. All right, Alcoholic Anonymous. That's another 4 doors down. Okay. All right, sorry, I don't think we can help you with that, pal. Dude, Jonathan, you fit, man. That's awesome. I respect that. Sounds good, pal. Glad you enjoyed the videos. Keep following them. They won't lead you wrong. But yes, I hope you enjoy the marathon. Excuse me. Proud of you though. Proud of that health. Yep. I love my bunny build because she runs forever. It's the whole point. You just go and go and go. Like that one, Foxy. I like that one. No problemo. I hope you enjoy your Hailey when you get her. Depends, Dylan, because for example, some builds will have different module requirements.
Commence mission to recapture
So some modules will have different, like, completely different sockets. So, for example, on Hailey, right? Her gun build and her sniper build use totally different sets of modules. So, for that reason, you will have to spend more catalysts just to get, like, all the builds down perfectly. So, no, if you really want to have multiple builds on a character, it's going to cost you. It's very rare to have, because if the builds have the same module socket type, chances are they're using the same modules. So, it's very rare to have two different builds that have very similar modules. We kind of had to pull that off in Season 1, but we no longer do that now because now we just go for whatever's best in slot. In Season, in the pre I shouldn't say Season 1. Pre-season, we actually had to do a bit of that. Why? In the pre-season, you couldn't have two different socket types per slot. You had to have like the exact socket that you had on one setting would be the same socket on the second setting. So dual builds were very difficult, and this was all in the pre-season. So it used to be possible, but you'd have to check which modules are common, which modules are not common, then adjust accordingly. Is no point, because you're basically gonna have a worse build than what you do have if you like fully invested. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, but choice is ultimately yours as well. Sounds good, souls. Everyone should take breaks, man. That's the normal thing. I'm taking it easy until October 10th myself. We all do, Luke. We all do. Nobody wants to spend all those extra catalysts, my guy. But depending on the character type, you might end up with quite a few different slots. But everybody matches as best they can. Well, like I said, as best they can, you know?
Mission complete. Thank you.
I'm not afraid to spend catalysts, but I never waste them. They are too precious when you are literally trying to come up with, like, a whole bunch of different builds for people. That's why I haven't, like, worked on any of the builds so far. I have stuff I want to work on, but I can't right now because even if I do, I'm gonna have to spend more catalysts. I don't have those catalysts right now. Gotta save for Ultimate Freyna. Gotta work on stuff once Ultimate Freyna comes out. It ain't easy. You'll get it eventually. Everyone gets it eventually. Sounds good, Foxy. That sounds like a fun time. Okay, now. I got a semi-decent Hailey reactor yesterday, so I think I'm gonna go for the Freyna one first. Heading straight to Rockfall.
Subscriber detected.
Let's go. Private, of course. That's what everyone wishes for, Dylan, but unfortunately, there are reasons for this, and I've explained them several times already. So, yeah, chances are unlikely that you will get that because it's just not something that'll happen often. Sorry, it's just not something that will happen because it's not under the scope of things that I guess they want to work on right now. And plus, I've already discussed this with several people, but there are reasons for why they do it the way they do. But long story short, they don't want it so that more casual players are completely left behind by those with a lot of time to grind. Because they want to keep the gaps as close as possible. Now, there are arguments on both sides of this, FYI. I myself have argued both for and against this, but what I'll say is that this is their ideology behind it. Well, it's not even really forcing, it's just the healthy thing to do. Because this, what they're aiming for, and I think everybody can understand this, is they're aiming to turn this into a long-term game. They're not trying to have a short lifespan of 1 or 2 months, you know. What they're trying to do here is that they are trying their best to turn this into a Warframe or Destiny kind of situation. And of course they are succeeding. So the thing is, players for these types of games will come and go and come and go, and that is ultimately what they want. They want players to be able to come and go and also avoid burning out too much. Hey, Miss Raven. Of course they will. That's their whole objective, Pod. I mean, I might be here streaming it every day, but I do this as a job. I mean, I play video games for a living as is. So, I enjoy this. I'm literally just chilling, chilling until I feel like it. I'm all good.
Out of my way!
This is Garbo. Yeah, I've seen them. Everyone's seen them. A trailer just dropped, but like I said, if that's all that they're offering me in that trailer, then it's not much of a trailer. I was just telling people at the start of stream, I feel like the whole trailer is more for people that haven't played the game in a while. You know? Because we've already seen what Freyna can do. So I'm not impressed by showcasing Ultimate Freyna and all that. And the Deathstalker fight looked cool, but I wasn't really getting any insights into its mechanics, so wasn't too impressed with that. Nicest part were the skins, the trailers, but on the flip side, and I think that this is what is irking a lot of people right now, people are starting to view this as a bit of a money grab, which is not really the case. I mean, we know it's not the case, but they don't seem to have grasped that Nexon has a pretty bad reputation, and this game is unfortunately under Nexon. With games like MapleStory having ruined the reputation of the whole system that Nexon tries to pull, especially with what they did with manipulating gacha rates in MapleStory, I feel like the TFD team is kind of restricted by that. You know, recently there was a lot of hate from the Korean side because, Nexon is not viewed as a good company in that country. And I can't say I blame them because, like I said, I followed all these cases very closely. I do not mind working with Nexon. I think that they do compensate, well, genuinely quite fairly compared to a lot of other companies out there that don't compensate us streamers or content creators at all. But I feel like they need to understand their own reputation and also work hard to change their perception in the public eye, because right now they're not doing so well. And the fact that the best part of the trailers was the skins and the emotes that are coming, not very encouraging. People want more meat to sink their teeth into, and I feel like they're not going to get that in Season 1. I feel like Season 2 is going to be a bigger one. I mean, we can say that, but think of it this way. Games don't last if there's no player base. And streamers don't last if there's no viewer base either. For example, there's a game that I'm streaming in my morning streams, which I'm only streaming until October 10th, for obvious reasons. But even returning to that game, although everybody was banging down my door saying, "Hey, RealAsianRobot, are you going to come back to that game and make builds?" I said, okay. So I gave it a try. I came back for a little while. And where's the viewership? People weren't turning up to the streams. People, like, they were banging down my door asking me if I was coming back. You know, they were coming to my TFD streams to ask me if I should be coming back. And then they don't show up to support. Like, if I don't see that kind of viewership, and I just want to be upfront and honest, if I don't see that kind of viewership, then I go. I move on. Because I'm not wasting my time, and I'm not taking a pay cut to do something else, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it just seems weird to me, you know, that people are like that. But it is how it is, you know. Games must retain a player base, and that is their biggest focus. I think they did, Burn Wolf. That's why I say Season 2 is going to be a bigger one. And Ziggy, that's the way people are. See, I don't mean for this to throw any shade at anybody, but I will say this openly to everybody. Look, 70% of y'all will not follow me when I stream a different game. I know that. I know that very well. Because the people that turn up to my Darktide streams are very few and far in between. Or people that have turned up to my Helldivers 2 streams are very few and far between. There are very few viewers, and I mean less than 30% of my viewers would even follow me even if I switched games. Or even if I watch to, you know, even if I were to like stream a different game temporarily, people just don't turn up. And what's the point in that? Because if you don't support your streamers no matter what they do, they're not going to make the content you want. And I just want to be frank about this with everybody, because this is a big problem in the industry. I get that you have limited time and you only want to watch the content that appeals to you. But if you do not support your streamers, if you don't support them through thick and thin, they're not going to be down for you when you want to see the content you want to see. Because I'll be open about it. I have to look after my family just like everybody else. I have to look at my revenue and I have to look at my expenses. If I'm not making revenue doing something, I'm going to switch and do something else. And that is the way it will always be in this industry. Therefore, it's actually the viewers that decide what I do. And when I don't see those people actually continuing to follow me, or, you know, they only follow me for like a month and then take a break after that, okay, sure, that's on you, but I got to make a living. And if you're not supporting, then I'm not going to do it. Then in future, if somebody comes like 6 months later and they're knocking on my door saying, "Hey, are you going to do this? Are you going to do that?" I'm like, where were you 6 months ago? Were you here every single day? Because if you weren't here every single day showing your love and support, then you're not a real fan. And, you know, I don't mean to rub anybody the wrong way when I say this, but the real fans have literally accompanied me across so many different games. You know, they've literally accompanied me through so many different games that I've been through, so many different things that I've been through. And that's the only reason why these are the people that you will see me have the most friendly relations with. Everybody else, I just keep them at a distance, because I know that they're not going to be down for me when I try to do something else, or when I have to move to a new project or anything like that. That's how it is. So, quite frankly, if you like me, you like the value that I bring you in TFD, then y'all got to make sure to support no matter what. Because if I'm not making that money, then TFD is not going to be on the menu either. You know, that's just me being honest. And look, I have no reason to hide any of this, Ziggy. I'll always be honest with everybody, because this is the reason why so many streamers die out. so many streamers have dropped TFD because they cannot even make a few dollars on TFD. Yeah, there's no problem with that, Burnwolf, and I don't mind that. But if I were to like play a different game in my evening slot, again, same thing would apply. Less than 30% of y'all would come and show up to that. And I know it. I know it for a fact. I'm not gonna make any bones about it. I don't mind it. That's how it is in the industry. I'm not gonna try and force people, but that's the reality of it. So I know for a fact that no matter what I do, it's always gonna be like that. I've seen some people be all like, oh yeah, you know, stream this game, stream that game. I'm like, are you gonna follow me? Are you gonna guarantee that you're gonna be there? Because most of the time, these people will not show up. So I take everything with a pinch of salt, and I always like keep it, you know, I keep it chill. If I really want to do something, I will do it. But if I see that there's not much value in it, I'll just drop it straight away, or I'll do it for a little while. Then I'll go back to whatever brings me the most value. How much do the views? Views on videos are about half the value of views on stream. Well, slightly less than half, but realistically speaking, streams are where I make the most money. So, but that's because streams are very long. So streams are like 3-4 hours at a time, and obviously you make more from that than you would from like a 20-minute video or whatever. So, and my videos are already pretty long as it is compared to the rest in the industry, because I tend to focus on detail and thoroughness, not really going for length because I like the length or anything. But that's just the reality of it. Views from videos would be less than half of the value from streams, and that's why streams are the most important thing. So, like for example, if I'm streaming a game in the morning and I'm just not seeing the numbers on it, I'll just be like, nope, not worth my time at all, because there's no sense in losing money. Like, I will do it just to like I will do it just to play around with my friends, but yeah, in general I will not do it for long, because I would just be taking hit after hit after hit on my revenue, and it's just not worth my time. So I will always, like I'm doing it right now just to take a break until the 10th, because I don't want to burn myself out. But once the 10th comes and I'm on that ultimate Freyna grind, then it's TFD all day every day, because that brings me the most value, that brings me the most money. Either way, as a streamer, I'll always have 2 streams per day. Also, gotta switch to my scarf. I'll always have 2 streams per day, but time will tell who will truly follow me. Nameless user, the last time you got thrown out of my stream for speaking about meaningless conjecture, I never once said that we're dying, so I'm gonna give you a 5-minute this time, alright? If you try and put words in my mouth, or you try and derail the conversation in a meaningless way, I will throw you out or put you in the naughty box again. Same thing that happened last time. I hope you learned from your lessons, okay? No, Glenn, because I find that build silly. Like, there's literally no reason for it. My bunny has no trouble just running over and over and over with the build that I have, so I'm quite satisfied. Ziggy Owl. That's okay, Bruce. I'm not expecting people to be at my morning streams and my evening streams at the same time. However, don't misunderstand me, and I want everybody to hear this, because don't forget, I've always had 2 streams per day, regardless. I've had people who watch TFD in the morning too, and like I said, less than 30% of them will ever turn up to anything else that I do. So for me, it's a simple thing. I'm not counting on y'all from the night crew to show up for the morning stuff. I'm not counting on the morning crew to show up for the night stuff either. But I've always had people on both. I mean, you've seen it when I stream TFD in the morning. Same thing. So a lot of people, and look, I'm not trying to say you guys are making excuses. I'm not. But a lot of people will try and make the excuse that, yeah, sure, timing's tricky. I've got fans from all over the world. I get it. Who doesn't know that? Do you know that I'm more in tune with your analytics than anybody else? Because I see them on my YouTube all the time. Oh, forgot to get rid of mods. I'll go do that. I see your analytics. I know your time zones. But there are people who have come to the morning streams, but will not turn up to other streams. That's okay, Fred. Like I said, I'm not against people that only like a particular type of content. But if you do not support your streamers no matter what they do, they will disappear from the content that you want to see as well. That's a fact. Because if I cannot, right, bring my TFD fan base to other things in order to keep the revenue going, then look, I'm giving y'all advance warning. Eventually, if things get bad enough, or if a new opportunity arrives that gives me more value, you know, I won't be here anymore. Same for every other streamer in the world. This happens with every game. This happens across the board. You know, once there is no longer any, or if the streamer feels that there isn't enough support to keep them going, you know, then they will move to a different opportunity. So make sure you try when you can to support whatever you can. It doesn't matter how you feel about it. It doesn't matter what type of content it is. You need to support it. Because if you don't, and look, I'm one of the few streamers that isn't actually asking you for donations and things like that. Now, it would mean a lot more if there were. All right? For example, if you guys were, you know, donating hot stuff every single time, then, you know, it wouldn't matter what else I do in my downtime because TFD would always be the hottest. But I don't ask for that. And realistically speaking, I don't for a good reason. Because I know how hard it is to make money. And I know how hard it is to earn money. So because of that, I don't ask. I don't do subathons like streamers on Twitch do. I don't do things like that. But that means I'm relying 100% on viewership and ad revenue from Google. If I don't make that ad revenue, then, you know, I have to go. So I want to be open about this because I feel that it's something that a lot of people don't think about for their streamers. And then one day you'll sit and wonder, why did this streamer go? You know, I miss their streams. I miss their content. I miss this. I miss that. But were you there? Were you there? And were you trying your best to do everything possible to keep me there? That's the question you got to ask yourself. No, that's completely fair, Bruce. There, like I said, there's always arguments to, for, against, all this kind of stuff. But all I'm here to do is present to you the reality of things, you know? Because if you love the content, you love the information, you love the answers, you love everything, you know, then you gotta keep up the sport. That's all, you know, that's all I'm really saying. Because otherwise, what will happen with this game will happen with other games. And I'd hate for that to happen. But I do want to be honest with everybody about that because there's always a possibility. I'm not saying now. I'm not even saying 2-3 years down the line. Because at present, TFD is the best for me. TFD is amazing. But there's always other opportunities out there. And you never know when one might come along. So do try and show love for your streamer where you can. Where you can. Alright, because once the support goes, so do we. And at the end of the day, we're kept alive by you guys.
Detected.
Well, nameless user, don't behave in a silly manner and you won't be treated like you're silly. Because did I ever say that we were dying? Don't ever try and put words in my mouth, my friend. Alright? If you cannot recognize your mistakes and you cannot have a proper, normal conversation with somebody, then you will be treated like a kid. Don't behave like a kid, you won't be treated like a kid. Plain and simple. I'm a no-nonsense kind of guy. And I'm pretty sure that's what most of you guys are here for. The fact that I'm not going to mince my words, and the fact that I'm going to give you the proper information when asked. So, examine yourself, nameless user. Re-examine yourself and decide how you want to behave. Same goes for anybody. That has nothing to do with anything. That has nothing to do with this game dying or not dying or anything like that. No. Don't. What you made is called an assumption. And you know what people say about assumptions? An assumption makes an ass out of you and me. When you assume, it makes an ass out of you and me. Don't assume. And again, don't ever try and put words in my mouth, my guy. Told you, you're walking on thin ice. You do it again, I'll happily put you in the 24-hour box. First and most important thing to happen when you make a mistake is to recognize it. Recognize you made a mistake, apologize, move on. Be better. Can't do that, then that's on you. But anyway, coming back to the main topic, I hope that this has been, you know, I guess informative. I hope it's been informative about how the streaming industry works and why, after some time, you may see certain streamers disappear from certain scenes, or why you may not see your favorite streamers do certain things anymore, or why they might move, you know? At the end of the day, just like with any other job, we're chasing the biggest payday, so that we can feed our families, so that we can do well, you know, that kind of thing. And that'll always be the way of the world. I mean, everybody here hopes for promotion at work, right? Same. Exelon, they already have confirmed how it's gonna work. Did you watch my video about the October 10th update? No problem, Xandre. Happy to bring the content. So make sure you keep supporting the viewership, yeah? But if you haven't seen the video yet, Exelon, I'll just link you, because I did talk about it here in this video. If you want to learn about all the updates, alright, make sure you tune into all the videos that I post, especially the update videos. They'll tell you everything you need to know. And if you actually watch that video, especially about the change that's coming to reactors, everything is explained as per what the devs have already said. Pretty much, Pod. Like I said, I'm not worried. And for me, I'm just gonna chill, you know. I take life as it comes. Better put some Carmex on my lips. Getting a bit dry. But yeah, anyway, for me, I'm relaxed because there's always good opportunities in the world, so I'm not too worried. For now, I'm satisfied with TFD, and there's definitely nothing better in the world right now. I had a bit of hope for Throne and Liberty, but unfortunately they don't cover Southeast Asia, which is not only one of my biggest regions, but it is a very important gaming region. And the fact that they don't cover it, I was like, nope, dropping that straight away. I mean, I could have gotten it because I'm currently living in Australia, but I will be moving back to Singapore next year, and I don't want to be VPNing my way around or things like that. So once I saw that, I wasn't very interested. I said, nope, not happening. Not for me. If only. Ugh. I do like the skill attack versus Colossus. I'll wait for the next one. A metal journey. If I did not have to depend on viewership count, there's actually a variety I would stream. I enjoy playing Helldivers with my friends. I enjoy Dark Tide. I enjoy a lot of different games. Now, I do have to also say, I do not really have a good, strong relationship with Fat Shark as a studio. I love their community manager. She's an amazing person, but I just don't have a good relationship with that studio because they are very, very bad at keeping viewer attention. But if I didn't have to worry about viewership, I'd probably play a lot of single-player games so that I can enjoy the storylines. And, you know, I do those types of videos where I play through it, you know, talk, comment along the way, things like that. I've always wanted to do let's play style videos, you know, but quite frankly, guide videos like I do makes way more money. And the let's play market is oversaturated. Nobody really wants to be in there unless you already have like a famous voice or something like that. So yeah. Oh, no problem, Pod. Listen, I'm okay with that. I appreciate that. But yeah, for me, that is my honest answer, Metal Journey. I would love if I could, if I really had to boil it down, to be honest, ARPGs and single player type games, maybe a little bit of PvE stuff like Dark Tide, Helldivers, but if I boil it down, yeah, I'd love to be able to do single player games and just go through the storylines and talk about the storylines with you guys. Like, if I didn't have to worry about that, that's what I would do. But reality is never that sweet. I tried that for a little while, but unless you are extremely good looking, and look, just want to be 100% honest out here, unless you are extremely good looking, or unless you have a very, very famous voice, those kinds of videos don't work out. Yes, week 2 is tomorrow. Nameless user. Dude. Didn't I just say not to assume? Anywhere in my statement did I say unless you're a girl? Because that, dude, making a statement that can sound sexist is not cool, dude. No professional would make that statement. So, dude, that's not good. Okay? My guy, you don't want to be treated like a kid, then you gotta stop with that kind of things. This isn't Reddit. This is a professional workspace. Alright, behave professionally. Lol, Fred. You certainly have a lot of confidence in yourself. But hey, confidence can be a good thing too. You missed very profound discussions, Foxy. In fact, you missed everything. In fact, the stream's already over. You missed everything, Foxy. But no, they were just asking me, like, if I didn't have to worry about viewership or revenue, what would I do? And I was explaining that. And I was also explaining, you know, why some of those things are difficult to break into. Like, YouTube-wise, I mean, I'd still be a YouTuber, but, you know, just a different niche. Because there's many, many niches out there. If this doesn't happen in a few runs and I don't get a perfected toxic reactor, I shall switch over to another location. Sometimes when your luck isn't holding up, you gotta change your luck. Okay, that one's not bad. This one's not bad. This one's no good. This would have been okay if it had attack versus Colossus, but that's alright. Okay. Skill cost, I can kind of be okay with that. I'll save one of these first. It's a half perfect reactor. I've got one that's half perfect, but that's the best that I've got for now. For the organic shard farm, I assume you're talking about the Hagios Dune base. I just use Blair for that. In fact, his free-to-play build is good enough for hard mode. So I used his free-to-play build, which is on my channel, right? I build that one, and I just use that for Hagios Dune base. It's real easy to do. Yeah, they give you Blair free in the storyline, so... Well, they give you Blair free through normal mode, so yeah, he's the easiest to use. Yeah, exactly. So you can freely implement weapon optimization conditions. So that's the whole idea. Because they said you don't have to worry about changing your weapons anymore. So that's the whole concept. Like, you can implement up to 3 weapon optimizations, and they said you can do it freely. Now, more details about the system will come out when the actual update comes out, so I don't have any additional details beyond that. But thus far, based on what they've said, is that we should be able to implant it freely. Up to 3. So I'm assuming that we can have one for each of the different round types if we want. Otherwise it'd make very little sense and it would still be a restrictive system. I can understand, but I would say let's wait and see, because the fear... The way I would put it, Exelon, is that if they were to do it in the way that you mean that it's like it's restricted by round type, this is not going to be good for them long term, because it would continue to make the reactor system very restrictive, and I think that it will not be useful in that way. How do I manage my inventory well? I just know what I want. I just keep that. Like, honest answer, I literally just know what I want and I only keep that. That's what I think too, 21. Hey DJ, you had a question for me. You had a question for me earlier on my morning stream. What was your question, DJ? You can feel free to ask now. This is not bad, but I already have a good purple bunny reactor. If only it wasn't a purple. But yeah, for the most part, my inventory management is I already know what I want. I only keep certain weapons that, like, I only keep one of each ultimate weapon maxed out, and that's it. So I know what I want. I have my filter set up. That's it. That's all I do, you know. And occasionally, like, if I don't need a particular reactor, I'll just throw it away later on. No problem, Melode. That is what I do on a lot of different games as well. It's why, look, like I said earlier, I made the statement that a lot of people have been asking me if I would return to other games. And I said that for me in general, I always go into a lot of detail, no matter what game it is that I'm playing. When I make a build video or when I make a guide video, I always go into a lot of detail because I'll teach people, okay, this is how you're supposed to do this one specific thing, you know? So that's why a lot of people like my videos and they like my guides. But unfortunately, despite the fact that a lot of them have said that they like this guide or like that guide, I don't see them supporting the streams, you know? So that becomes sad for me because I want to be able to stream other things. I want to be able to showcase different things and, you know, do different games, but unfortunately, it just doesn't work out that way, you know? So, yeah, that's why I was telling people earlier in stream that it is important to support your streamers because even if they shift games or they move games, the important thing is you must show love and support. Because the second you stop showing love and support because you decide, okay, I'm not interested in this content, the streamer is also going to decide what's best for themselves. So later on when you need the content, they're not going to come back because they will remember it. Just like I remember it, you know? All these people said, oh, we support you, Robot, we support you, Robot, and yet when I turn around, they're not there. So how can I work for or do stuff for people like that when they won't even stick out their neck for me, you know? Respect gets respect, you get what I mean? So I hope that makes it clear. Now, DJ Sammy, you say you got a reply to the support ticket for missing Excava. We're unable to restore items as we do not offer the service. That is strange because I do remember them literally saying in one of their patch notes that that's what would happen. So if they've said that, then it's unfortunate, DJ Sammy. It means you must have deleted a weapon accidentally. So nothing we can do there. You kind of just have to accept it. Do I ever enhance my reactors? Of course. You must always enhance the reactors, Foxy. If you do not enhance the reactors, you're not getting the best use out of them. So make sure that any reactor you use on a Descendant must be enhanced. Alright, it adds a bit of skill power. It might not seem like much, but it does make a difference long term. So make sure you do that. Name cards are visible. Even the purple ones, yeah, if you're using a purple reactor, you should enhance it. Name cards are visible when you're in a party. It's just that if you go into the game menu, and let's say I've got 4 other people with me, I'll see all their name cards here. So as far as I know, name cards are visible to other people. It's always worth it, Foxy. Always. The materials are cheap anyway, so make sure you always do that. I keep my stuff fully enhanced. I hope so too, Sammy. Thank you, Max. I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting. Are the skins on the name cards not? Because I always assumed they were. I never really looked, to be fair. But, okay. I will check the next time I'm in a party. Because I'll be real with you, I have not paid any attention to that. I've always assumed that they were visible to whoever was looking. Because most of the time the people I play with are people I already know. So I've never really looked at their name cards. I know which name card they're using, but I never really looked at it. So I'll double check when I'm in a party with friends. Damn, still nothing good here. Yes, they are only for gold reactors. So, Milord, if you're not familiar with the difference between a gold and a purple reactor, only gold reactors have the mounting condition. Purple reactors do not. This was all covered in my reactor video, so make sure that if you haven't watched that, you should watch that. At the very least, it gives you full knowledge of what a reactor can and cannot do. Most of the battle pass weapons have not been meta, so I can understand that. Okay, let's change things up a little bit. I'll see and test for myself, nameless user, because I do not know. I'll try it out before I can give a confirmation. Like I said, the next time I'm in a party with Haza or somebody, I'll have a look-see. Nice. Enjoy. Oop-a-doop-a-doo. I remember when Hailey's reactors were dropping at this location. I did this for a while. It's not a bad location, but yeah, it is annoying. Thus far, yes. Invasion dungeons are seasonal. Hailey will probably be acquired in a different way after the season is done. Or they could change your system, you never know. But for the time being, yes, invasions are for season 1, at least as far as I know. I don't know if they're gonna leave the system in here. They might, or they might not. At this moment, I'm currently only looking for certain roles. Because the reactor system's gonna change, so I'm not too worried about the weapon. I'm focusing solely on the roles for now. Nah, purple weapons would never be used anyway because no unique ability. So while I understand that, I also understand the system that they're going for. The purple weapons are basically starter weapons, you know, just there to get you through the normal mode. I do agree that they're kind of useless, but meh. It is what it is. It's a good way to learn, boy. I don't rely on the inversion reactor boosts anyway because they're kind of small, so it's not like they're gonna do very much. Next season, they'll have a different system for it, so it's gonna be good as well. Either way, like, seasonal content is very common, so the inversion reinforcer, as far as I know, is gonna change each season. I think next season they'll offer different boosts, so we'll have to see what they do in the next season. As far as I know, they said that the inversion reinforcer is gonna be here every season, but each season it will offer different boosts. Vestigial Organ, in my opinion, and I have to say this openly, Burn Wolf is really trash. Because at first it seems good. But Rocket Launcher Glay is actually so much slower than Greg's Reverse Fate in terms of DPS. So the more that I've looked at it, the more I'm just like, this is actually pretty garbo. So yeah. That, and also Explosive Attack has a lot of problems. Like, they've got no crit. Weak spot is really low as well. It's just not very good. So for me personally, the more that I've looked into it, at first it seemed really good. Then like for higher end Colossi, it was just such a waste of time. I was like, oh my god, this actually sucks. So yeah, that's why I'm not too, like, Vestigial Organ, I'm not too into it. At first, Rocket Glaze were like super cool sounding, you know, in the early days, but my god, they became so garbo. I feel myself that they should also have added gold weapon skins right off the bat, because it makes no sense. Like, once you get to hard mode, nobody's even using a purple weapon anymore. And therefore, it is just way better to have your skins be for all the gold weapons, so that people have like multiple different skins for the gold weapons that they enjoy using. I'd have loved to have like tons of Enduring Legacy skins or things like that. I don't know. Feels weird to me. But this is why giving them feedback is so important. Have you guys already tweeted to them? Have you guys posted it on Reddit? Have you guys talked about it in the official Discord? Because if not, that's what you guys should be doing. You guys should be telling them every day, hey, this needs to change. Because they listen to their player base. They do. But I need you guys to say it, because I can't be the only voice saying it. I need everybody to say it with me. Alright? Remember that. The more of us that talk about it, the better. I agree with you, Smoke. I agree. I certainly do not disagree. You know? Like I said, the more that we talk about this with them, the more that we openly speak about this with them, 100%. Have you mentioned this on social media? You should. That's the key thing, nameless user. You should. Go do it right now. Like I said, the more of us that open our mouths, the better. Because this is how the devs hear the feedback. We're all 1 in a million. That's why I get everybody to do it. What do you think I'm doing right now? Don't just say it once. Say it twice. Say it every day if you have to. That's what I do. I think that grinding for skins would be the right choice with the option to buy. I feel that they need to do something like that.
Out of my way!
And the grind should be based on Catalyst. They could sort of like link it in that way, you know? Like if you've used 5 Catalysts, you get a particular skin. If you've used like 8 Catalysts, you get a particular skin, you know? Something like that. As long as it's within the normal range. Like, it should not exceed 10. So maybe they could have like some skins that are purchase only for the weapon, some skins that are like grindable. So like maybe they could have 2 skins that are grindable, maybe 4 catalysts for first skin, 8 catalysts for second one, and then we can carry on from there. But yeah, I think that would be the most fair. They could also have something that you could drop from bosses. I'm not against that, because quite frankly, Diablo 4 had a similar system with bardings that could drop from certain bosses, certain activities. So yeah, no, that's okay with me. I think that that's pretty good. Let's see, anything good? Come on, high roller, high roller. Non-attribute and Colossus. Like, for real. For real? This one does have better... Oof. I hate to say it, but this one does have a better one. It's got a higher Colossus attribute, so I can take that. But damn, non-attribute. Attack on Colossus Gold, non-attribute. What the hell? What the hell, Mary? Okay, anyway. I'm upset now. I'm going elsewhere. I'm angry. I'm so angry. I'm gonna go to the Valby Road. I'm gonna go cry my sorrows away in the Valby Road. Gonna make sure I got all my points for today, which I think I did. Yep, done. Okay, let's carry on. In the meantime, those of you that haven't yet registered me as your creator, make sure you do so. Alright, the more people that register me as their creator, the better. And the more supporters I have, the better as well. Gives me a large voice. So, hit that, and I'll be very grateful. No worries, Foxy. Enjoy your meeting. Don't forget to ask your boss for promotion. Sounds good. Make your concerns heard. Now, make sure to do it in a respectful manner, but make your concerns heard. Okay, I'm gonna go toss some mods back into the thing. Then I'm gonna swap to Valby, and we'll go run the Valby Road for a little while.
Ask me anything about modules.
Yeah, you gotta get a bigger bonus so you can donate to me, Foxy. You have a good one. I'll see you soon. Alright, let's get rid of all this crap. See you out there. Excuse me. Get some Carmex on lips while I can. So good for your lips. Okay, let's go to Valby Road. Because, Milord, Ultimate Bunny knows that you haven't donated enough to her master yet. That's why. But honestly, it's just RNG, dude. Whoa, what is... You guys seen this weird rubber band? Whoa. That's crazy. But yeah, honestly, don't worry too much about it. RNG will always be RNG. You can't force it. Some people think they can force it, but they can't. Now, I thought about this, but what happens if I do this? Okay, the lag spike is weird. Alright, hold on. Hold up, I'm gonna leave game first and come back. I wanted to do the whole hide battle UI thing and see if it works, but yeah. Even got 3 shot focuses, damn. Oh, Valby feels nothing. She is perfect in every way. She feels nothing. Neither heat nor cold, she is water. No problem, boy. Always happy to help. But yeah, that rubber banding was strange. I'm gonna see if relogging changes anything. Unfortunately, a lot of people still fall for the DPS trap videos. For the DPS trap, sorry. And the fact of the matter is that people shouldn't do that. If you do fall for it, it becomes a problem because there isn't only one way to build things. There's always more to take into account. So yeah. But then again, that's reality for you. Lots of people, they want to believe something so strongly, so they just go into it and believe it, but it doesn't really work that way. I've had so many people tell me, oh yeah, my gun has more DPS than yours. I'm like, okay, sure, you try that in the field and you see how that goes. Okay? You try that in the field, you tell me how that goes for you. Well, I wouldn't say that. I'm sure there's other good builders out there. And besides, people can come up with the same build because, after all, we're all using the same mods. But what I will say is that you can always trust me to research. Never follow blindly. Don't even follow me blindly. Question. Nameless user. I should hope not. It would suck to be an official creator and let people down. Not a very good look for the company, no? Playing this without the battle UI is kind of cool. I would say that some do. I've encountered some that do, but look, we probably shouldn't be talking too much smack about them here. I'm just glad you like my work, you know? There is a lot of clickbait, unfortunately, and you gotta protect yourself on the internet. But let's just focus on the positive things, shall we? Yeah, the only thing is that I can't measure my cooldowns properly. I mean, I love the no UI look, but cooldowns are tough to manage. Because with Valby, I've got a specific system to keep the water going. So if I don't rely on that too heavily, I don't exactly get good results. Everybody falls for the DPS trap early on. That's why, like, I always laugh when people tell me, oh, I've got more DPS than you. I'm like, lol, okay, cool. I mean, good luck, sir. Good luck, sir. You use that. You use that high DPS, bro. More power to you. I'm like, you'll be back. You'll be back. You'll come crawling back. Just like all the others. And I know it. And then when they come back here, I'll be like, That's what I always have a little bit of a laugh about. Because I know that those that fall for the trap, they'll always come back. Well, Mr. Leg, I don't know why, but I haven't seen you at any of the streams that I've done, and quite frankly, I haven't seen the support. So if you want me to play that, make sure you support, because I'm not seeing any support for that. So you want to see me do that? Make sure that I have the viewership and support that I need for that kind of game. Okay? And also, I ask kindly that you be very respectful when I'm playing a different game, alright? If you want to ask questions or talk about a different game while I'm streaming something else, especially as an official creator for this game, then, well, please make sure to use social media or other avenues of contacting me instead. Hey, Khaled. Just doing the Valby Road for a little bit, seeing if I can get a good reactor out of this one. But yeah, I have to put the UI back on because otherwise I can't measure her cooldowns perfectly. I've got an internal sense of the timing, but I would say you have to have a farming build fully built at least, because otherwise you will encounter a lot of slowness and cooldown issues when doing this. So yes, from my perspective at least, you definitely do have to have a maxed out Valby, but maxed out for the farming build, which is not difficult to do. The farming build does not require that much investment. Still quite a few catalysts, but not that much investment, at least as far as I remember. But I'll be real with you, to do anything that you see me doing on stream, you're probably gonna have to invest in that Descendant. Otherwise, it's not really very possible. Morning, Tariq. Do I use boosters? I only use the free boosters that we get. I'm not allowed to buy boosters, my guy. Part of my whole job description, because I can only progress in the same free-to-play way that other players progress. So, no, I don't use boosters. The only boosters I ever use are the ones that we receive for free. As in, so like, for example, part of the events or things like that. So far I've only got Descendant XP boosts. I haven't used any of the ones in my battle pass, but I'll be real with you, I haven't needed to farm gold because gold is so easy to get with invasions, right? Then I also haven't needed to farm anything else. Like weapon proficiency is not difficult to do, and once the 400% infiltrations come out, it'll be even easier to get weapon proficiency. You mark my words about that. So I don't think you'll need a booster. At most, you should just get the component that increases that, and you should be good to go. And Kyber, definitely don't need. I've got way too much Kyber. I've got so much Kyber, it's just literally like flowing out of me. So, yeah, you definitely don't need Kyber at all. Still imperfect. No good. Let's go put the perforator on for a bit. This may as well. Actually, wait. I should probably go retake some of this. Lol, Fred. If you ever speak again, I will have to annihilate your entire soul, my friend. Imagine attempting to conversate. We're gonna beat you up, Fred. We're gonna all beat you up. Don't listen to Fred. He's just messing with you. I mean, he plays like what 1,200 hours or something. So, yeah. But either way, don't listen to Fred. It's okay. When you see Fred, just pretend he doesn't exist. Every time you see Fred, it's like, ah, okay, this is Fred. Don't need to worry about it. You take one look at him, you're like, ah, okay, he doesn't exist. Okay. That is the best way to deal with Fred. Once you see him, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that. Okay, back down there. By the way, don't worry about Kuiper, because you can always get more via the vaults, and vaults are really easy to get to like open up, so don't sweat it too much. You're lucky you watch my content, Fred. Otherwise, I would unlive you very quickly, my friend. I swear. Every day I look at Fred, I'm like, I think I should murder this man. Hey, if it's getting a little too dark, don't worry. There's a door over there, nameless user. You can walk through it into the light. I never bother looking at gold anymore. I have way too much. But the invasions were a good addition because last time I used to have to waste time farming some gold. Now I don't have to bother anymore. I mean, you know, the light's not that boring. I mean, you need some vanilla in your life, you know? Always gotta have a little bit of vanilla here and there, you know? Without a little bit of vanilla, you won't know what's spicy. I don't mind if they stay. I think that there will be a great help to players, but I just have no motivation to do them right now. Because I already have all the Hailey pieces. And unless my friends need it, I just don't bother clearing the invasions. Oh, I finished all my supply coins related to it, so I'm chill on it. Yeah. I don't think she'll be from patterns. We shall see. Windows is coming and it's huge, lol. Well, hopefully it won't interrupt my streaming, that's all. Ugh, no good. Still no good. Well, it can be fun. I mean, I don't mind the unlimited ammo, but yeah. She does have certain advantages to her. I'll say that much. But I guess I'm just too used to Hailey right now, because every time I try to use other characters with Bossy, I'm just like, this would go so much faster if I was Hailey. That's how it often feels like. All characters need a full investment, Kinder. See, I don't know why some people have fooled others into thinking, oh, I don't have to fully invest in this character. No. You want to get the same results that I'm getting. A lot of people are like, oh man, why is your Hailey so strong? I'm like, because I bothered to fully invest. I mean, catalysts are so easy to get anyway. Sure, you can only make 2 per day. But that's more of a time restriction than anything. Just fully invest. Yes, Glaive requires full investment, but if you really want to get Hailey on the kind of level that, you know, she absolutely rips everything, then you still need a full investment. I know people say like, oh, you don't need a full investment, but actually, yes, you do. And that's the whole purpose. You see, a lot of these people were showcasing Hailey, not requiring a full investment on the normal bosses in the game. They weren't on like the solo bosses, sorry. Solo bosses are easy enough to kill. But if you want to really get the best of the best results, you always need a full investment. And that's especially if you want to use her for team play as well. So do be aware of that and don't fall for that trap. Because there are many people out there who will tell you that stuff. They'll say like, oh, you don't need full investment. But realistically, you do. If you really want to get good results, you do. There's no shortcut around it. You know, despite what people may like to think, there really isn't. Because I've seen so many Haileys get completely outclassed by mine. And what's the difference? I fully invested in mine. And of course my builds are posted as well, but yeah, look, a lot of people say, oh, 5-6 catalysts, all you need. Oh, this, that, all you need. Oh, this and that. You gotta fully invest in your weapon and your Descendant. Sure, nameless user. Whatever you believe, my guy. I'm not even sure what a mid-late game is, my friend. But, look, if you don't have a solid weapon yet, then invest in your weapon first. If you have a solid Descendant, then if you don't have a solid Descendant, invest in Descendant first. If you don't have a solid weapon yet, then invest in the weapon. Either way, the Enduring Legacy is good to invest in no matter what, because you're going to use it across a lot of Descendants anyway, so do it. I would say, look, if you haven't really got a weapon that you use for everything yet, Enduring Legacy is a good choice. Sounds to me like you need to work on your weapons, so fully invest in a weapon first. They're more expensive than Descendants anyway. Fully invest in your weapon first, then after that work on Descendants again. Pretty much, DJ Sammy. That's why I don't ever give you guys half-ass stuff. I will never do a half build and just say, oh, this build's great, use this. I'm like, no. I always do a full build first, fully test it, and then only I release it for you. It makes me a lot slower than other YouTubers, but I don't care about that. Because I will not give you guys something half-assed that's gonna fail you when the time comes. That's not how I operate, and that will never be how I operate. That's normal Freyna though. Normal Freyna was practically given to you. Ultimate Freyna will be a very different thing. So please do not expect it to be an easy grind. We don't know whether it'll be an easy or difficult grind, but I will tell you what the grind is on the day of release. So don't have too many expectations in your mindset, guys. Wow. Why non-attribute on an electric reactor? I'll never get over that. It's like good rolls, but wrong element. Thunder Cage is okay weapon. It's just for mobbing. It's not really for bossing. Yes, you can pass the first 4 bosses, but you won't be killing him. You won't be killing them efficiently. You want to go for efficiency, my guy. So when you're new to the game, now that I understand your situation better, you got a good Thunder Cage, but you're gonna need the EL. So go max out your EL first. Make sure it's fully upgraded, fully catalyzed, then work on Descendants, because that way you always have a good weapon for them. I think that'll help you a lot. I don't think so. Okay, I think my internet's back now. But that was weird. LOL! No, we're okay. We're okay. It was a temporary interruption. Yeah, it happens. Unfortunately, sometimes the internet here gets a little wild. Thank God it's not like the other day where it completely crashed. So that was just a temporary thing. Nameless user, I was responding to the other guy. Like, do you have some kind of problem, my guy?
Here I go.
Like, genuinely, nameless user, look, I'm gonna say this very straight to you. You seem to have some kind of difficulty interacting with people. Are you alright? Because if you are not alright, then I'm just gonna throw you out of here. So okay. Anyway, look. If you're just here to stroke your own ego, or if you're just here to brag about your accomplishments and, you know, as we like to say, act big, then that's not very conducive to, you know, making friends or having a good time in chat. So yeah, I'm just gonna toss you out. Why don't you enjoy the naughty box for a little bit? If you can behave and, you know, chat like a normal person on another day, then you're welcome to that. But if you're gonna keep behaving like that, then, you know, that's not gonna go very well for you. Alright? So if you don't want to be treated like a kid, pretty much like what Rena says, don't behave like one. You know, learn to be respectful and learn to actually be, you know, somebody decent. Nobody likes a braggart. Nobody likes some guy that acts out or things like that. We all got over that in high school. Let's not do that. There's no Kyber farm, Bilo. There's no such thing as Kyber farm. And if you haven't already seen my video on how to farm Kyber, you might want to check out that video. It explains that there is no mission for farming Kyber. It doesn't work that way. If you want to get Kyber, the best way is to just open up vaults. That gives you the largest amount of Kyber. The other way is to just dismantle modules. So as you're running a particular mission, just as an example, let's say Bunny Road, right? You're going to get a ton of modules while also getting code breakers. You could do the same in like the Rockfall, Anticipated Ambush Point, all that kind of stuff. You can do all of those, go get code breakers there while also getting modules, dismantle those modules for Kyber, and then go open up some vaults and you'll get tons of Kyber. So that is usually the best thing to do. Is skill critical hit rate on a reactor for ultimate bunny worth grinding? I would say no. Pretty much for any bossing build, it's pretty standard what you need. It's usually skill critical hit damage for a skill-based character, and attacks skill attack versus Colossus. So as long as you have that, you should be fine. So that is what I would recommend personally. Because Bunny does not benefit a lot from critical hit rate. I mean, her crit rate is so small that even if you increase it by a little bit, because don't forget, the reactor's skill critical hit rate increase is based on your base. And if your base is like 10%, like in Bunny's case, it's too small. But again, I'm pretty sure I covered all of this in my video, so DJ Sammy, you should know better than to ask. Go watch the video instead. Follow what I have in the video and you'll be alright. If you don't have what I have in the video, you will not be alright. Remember, when it comes to reactors, right, always follow the videos. If you follow the videos strictly, you'll be okay. Pretty much why I've never farmed a single bit of Kyber in this entire game. I have literally never once farmed Kyber because it was never necessary. Like, some people think, oh my god, I gotta farm some Kyber. I'm like, I never run out. Because just doing anything in this game will get you tons of modules, tons of Kyber. So, yeah. That and opening vaults, because you're gonna need to open vaults pretty frequently. Especially to keep your catalyst production going, you gotta open up vaults. And just that alone will get you tons of Kyber, so that's why I've never farmed it. Yeah, no problem. But this is one of those things where I'll just tell you straight up, you don't even need to wonder about it. Because it'll just be a gigantic waste of your time. Especially if you've got limited playtime. You do not want to waste it on that. Wow, all of these are garbage. If only one of them had like something just semi-decent, just a little bit, it'd be perfect. But instead it is not. Okay, off to the Hailey reactor now. Since these ones don't want to drop the perfect roll for me just yet, off we go to Hailey. Back to town. Glock Tony, I've got my filters set up. So have you set up your filters in accordance with my video? If you haven't yet, I have all my videos in one single playlist. You should watch all the videos because the videos will teach you all about dismantling, how to do your filters, all the other knowledge you need for this game. You want to be great at this game? That playlist will teach you everything. But yes, set up your filters properly and you'll have everything dismantled in seconds. That way you don't waste time like going through each item. I already know what roles I want and my filters just take care of the rest. Yeah, you don't have to do that. Learn how to set up your filters, you won't go wrong. And plus, in fact, like I said, you watch that video, you study that video, you memorize that video. Not only will you learn a lot about filters, but at the same time, like when you're target farming like one particular thing, it gets even easier because you can literally just go for that one specific thing that you're looking for. Works great. Okay, let's go to Hazy Swamp. Well, you want to become a pro, just follow my videos. My videos will teach you everything, like I said. Okay, now let's carry on. Of course. Like I said, I'm here to serve the people.
No chance.
Ah, I forgot to switch to the perforator.
Serious? Little.
Okay, my bad. Let me just switch over. Perforator and Nenes. There we go. Now we're doing this correctly. Huh. Well, thank you for not mentioning that one. If it's the one that I'm thinking of, then I'll remember it. But yeah, that game, racist community, racist devs. No interest in that game anymore. So thank you for not mentioning it. Congratulations, souls. You'll definitely enjoy Hailey. See you later, Milord. But case in point, even after all these years, people always remember me from all these sorts of different games. They're like, hey, are you gonna cover this? Are you gonna cover that? I'm like, yeah, sure. If there's support. You know? But I gotta see that support. That's the only thing. Well, that and the game in question has to not be racist. You know? I won't be joining no racist communities or anything like that, but yeah. Guide videos have always been my specialty. This game is extremely fun and very fair as well. It's one of the few that doesn't require or doesn't force a heavy investment into like the paid side of things. Realistically, you can pay for progression if you want to, but it's never pay to win, which I really love about that. I don't even pay for progression in this game. I literally only buy cosmetics, which is the only thing I'm allowed to buy anyway. So, well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, friend. I wish you good luck, Jonathan. I hope you get it soon so that you can get your hands on Hailey. She is absolutely fun. Truly one of the best Descendants in the game. I don't think I'll ever get over how good she is. I wanted Freyna to be just as good, but yes. I hope that they will at least allow Freyna to be a DOT boss and queen. It'd be really nice if they did.
Serious?
Sunshine loving. Wow, not a single Hailey reactor passed. Okay. That is a pain. But that's how it goes. Today, I will not be slowed. You know? I knew I would have to dedicate a whole day to reactor farming. I knew it. So I am gonna do it. I took my time, so it took me about like a week or more. I was like slowly farming this, slowly farming that. If I focused only on beating the storyline, I could probably do, well, normal mode, I could probably do it in 2-3 days. But nah, I spent a lot of time just farming random stuff. If I'm perfectly frank, so it took me like a week, maybe a week and 1 day, roughly. Yeah, we weren't rushing. Like, we just wanted to enjoy the game and have our fun, so we did that. Lol, below. I've never farmed a single mod in my life. Like, legit, I just got them all through combining. Because as soon as I got to hard mode, the first thing I did was abuse Devourer all day, every day. And then I would just keep murdering him. And then once I kept murdering him, I would just take the mods and just throw them in the combining oven. And that's literally how I got all these different mods in the game. And now I've got too many of each. For me, it was only 2 days. For a lot of people, it takes longer. It's about 3-4 days. It depends on your luck, really. I had a lot of good luck with mine. So I think I'm probably not the best comparison. Because yeah, it literally only took me 2 days. Within 2 days, I had every single piece. So pray to the RNG gods, because one of the pieces is a 10% drop. And I think one of my friends had the worst luck ever. It took him 150 tries to get the last blueprint. He had everything else other than that. He just needed one more. And it was horrifying. The bunny build is already on my channel. This is the high voltage farming build. Idel, so have you seen the video on it? If you haven't seen the video, you might want to check that out, because all of my videos are on my channel. The builds that you see me using, especially for farming, are already on my channel, my guy. So make sure to watch the videos. Take your time with it, Glock. The other thing is that, have you watched the Ultimate F2P Survival Guide? Because if you didn't start there, that's where you're going wrong. It won't actually take you long if you follow that. So if you haven't watched the that one yet, you might want to do that. Use anything. Shot focus is basically a cherry on top. You don't really need it. You can just replace it with anything that seems useful to you. So yeah, I just want to be very upfront with that. You don't have to go heavily for that. You can literally just use whatever, man. Shot focus is literally always the last thing that a person needs, and it's more or less just cherry on top of your build. Well then, watch the Ultimate Survival Guide again, because as long as you watch that, you'll be fine. The more you watch and understand, the better. Follow those modules to the letter and you'll be alright. What you should do, Alan, is spend 3 days. This is my recommendation. Spend 3 days on a mission like Bunny Road or whatever, right? Just keep getting purple modules. Or you can go to Rockfall and Sterile Land, also get some good reactors there. But basically you want to do a mission like I'm doing, a fast one. If you can do a fast one like this, right? Where you can clear it really quickly, you get tons of purple mods. Maybe it's not cerulean mods, but you'll get tons of purples. If you can find a mission that gives you purple cerulean mods, then just farm it over and over. That gives you the best chance of getting it. Then just keep combining. But you will have to dedicate yourself. By the way, excuse me for the burp. But yes, you will have to dedicate yourself and just do it for like 2-3 days in a row. It can be very boring, but once you get it, you won't have to worry again. So, yeah. Up to you, but that's what I would do. Like, legit, that's how a lot of people did it. But, again, I never did it that way. I just took my time. I just kept getting all these random purple mods, threw them into the oven, and then I got shot focus one of these days. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yep, no problem. I don't combine the same types of modules. It doesn't really matter. Like, in my opinion, just combine whatever the hell you want. That being said, for shot focus in particular, if you want the best chance of getting it, you need to combine 4 cerulean Descendant mods. That's the best way of getting shot focus. But I never did that. That's what I'm just telling you. Legitimately speaking, that is the best way to get it. But what I did is I did it like a real man. I just threw in all the purple mods I had. I would just put 4 in, go, 4 purple, go, 4 purple, go. And I just kept repeating that again and again and again and again and again. And that was it. What exactly did I even have this for? I cannot remember, and I'm just going to delete it because it serves no purpose. That's right. That's the way, man. If you aren't combining like a real man, are you a real man? You gotta always throw all the modules together. Like a warrior. And once you do that, you'll be okay. If you don't do that, then oof. You won't have a good time. I always focus on one thing. I never deviate. Now, I will usually mix it up like within the thing. So for example, if I'm looking at weapons, I might farm 2 different parts of the same weapon. So I do change it up. But in general, I tend to focus on one thing. Like today, all about reactors. I won't deviate from that. Yeah, right, pal. Nice, Glock. Itchy elbow. Okay. Damn, Kinder. Well, I hope you get it. Listen, there's a little secret that everybody uses. If you want stuff, make sure you farm when my stream is on. Or watch an old stream. There's the power of stream luck. A lot of people didn't believe in it. But the drop rate's about 5 to 10% better when you do that. So who knows, maybe you'll get it this time. Either way, I give you my blessing. I hope you get your last piece of Freyna. Because farming for inorganic void shards is definitely gonna suck. But I also haven't farmed void shards in a very long time.
My shield!
Oh. Our reactors are finally full. Yes! That's good. That means I can pick them up a little bit later. Okay, good. Let's see. Any good ones? Come on. Wow, garbage. Yesterday I managed to get a Hailey reactor with 2 good purple rolls. It's awesome, but damn. Damn. Today has not been a good day for reactors for me. Rough. I want to say high roller, but apparently not high enough here. The reactor rolls today have not favored me. Listen, you will have to farm void shard fragments initially. After a while, you'll be okay. I farmed them mostly when I was getting my first few ultimate descendants and things like that, because you'll hit a wall very quickly in hard mode. So you will have to do some farming of that, but here's the thing. Eventually, it gets to the point where you don't need to anymore. Mostly because I do so many special operations that I just ended up with like so many void shards, I don't need to worry about them for now. I've got thousands of each one, so, and I haven't opened up Amorphous in quite some time. I mean, I will when I look at my next weapon, but for now, I don't even have the catalyst to open up weapons, so I'm not too worried. Lol. Nah, my streamer luck is always active. But either way, I have my own stream playing over there. But unfortunately, that's how RNG is. He is a fickle and deadly master. Some days he will decide that you're okay. Some days he will decide against it. I mean, I did get pretty lucky yesterday, so I can't complain too much. It was a piercing light reactor with 2 good purple rolls that I need, so I'm like, okay, you know what, I'll take it for now. So although it wasn't perfected, it was something useful that I got yesterday, and I cannot complain about that. But what I will say is that I do have to go back and do the Freyna reactors again soon. I honestly find that weapon completely useless, because I already have the Thunder Cage for mobbing, but I may work on one in the future, simply because I know many people like that weapon. But to be honest, I think people were using it because of a bug. I haven't seen it since. It was so popular at first, and now it's just completely disappeared. So I don't know. But I'll have a look-see at it at a later time, maybe.
No chance!
At this current time, I have no desires for it. I've got a couple other weapons I want to work on. Oh, excuse me. And the weapon that I'm talking about is the perforator. I want to work on the perforator as well as Peacemaker, maybe? Yeah. I've got weapons to work on, and also I've got 2 Descendants to work on, Enzo and Ultimate Freyna. So I'm saving my catalyst like hell, because I know that Enzo and Ultimate Freyna are calling to me, but I don't have time to work on them. Because this week I must do the reactor farms. Because it's very rare that we have a week where there's multiple good reactor farms. This is one of the rarest weeks in history where we can make, like, we can get multiple good reactors for our builds. I am not hesitating.
Out of my way!
Greg's is a good one. Greg's is definitely a good one to max out.
Get out of the way!
I have a slightly specialized version of Greg's for Enzo, and it is a beast. Diddly do. Listen, if you like it, you go for it, buddy. I have no need or desire to use them for shields, so I'm staying away from that. I may in future, but at this current moment, I'm like, pretty relaxed on it. Because also, I can't use shields on him without other components, and quite frankly, Annihilation set benefits him more. So the more I look at it, the more I'm like, do I really want this? I'm like, don't feel like it. If the Annihilation set had shields, or if there was a different set other than Annihilation, I'd be okay, but Enzo is basically like gun build for success, so. Use whatever you like, man. Until you get Secret Garden, you can use like, you can literally just go ahead and use the Thunder Cage or whatever just to level her up. But any weapon can work with Freyna. If you really want a recommendation, some people do like the Python. The Python is pretty good for a bossing build, but I haven't experimented a lot. I would say wait until I get Ultimate Freyna and then watch how I play her. Because I usually figure it out for characters when I actually play them. When I play them actively. The only time I played Freyna was like when I was fresh out of storyline and I stopped using her because there were just better characters at the time. And I definitely will not be wasting time on Freyna right now because the investment's not going to carry over to our ultimate version. So I'm going to wait till she's out. Then, you know, once she's ready, that's when I'll work on her builds, weapons, all that kind of stuff. Okay, come on, high roller, high roller. Do I have anything good? No. Damn. Damn. This is not good enough. Piercing light mounting though, but not good enough. Shame. Okay, back to Rockfall. We've done enough on Hailey. I think the game's asking me to be satisfied with what I got. Both are pretty important, Kinder. Look, what I'll tell you is that there's no such thing as one weapon beats this other weapon or only this weapon is good. The reason why you have to have all sorts of different weapons is they all serve different purposes. Also, both Gregs and EL are extremely strong bossing weapons, so having both, right, means that once you run out of ammo in one, rather than reloading, swap weapons. That's usually what I do. I will bust my Gregs until I have nothing left in the chamber, then I swap over to EL. Then I bust until I've got nothing left in the chamber. And basically, that's how it goes. That's literally what I do constantly. And it works really well. But there's rarely like one weapon that is better to get than the other because, quite frankly, you're going to need them all. Eventually, you are going to want every single weapon. And that is usually your best choice. Usually. Okay, let's head to Rockfall. I mean, Ironworks is good too, but Rockfall is just a lot faster. Now, I am manifesting that Freyna. Manifesting that Freyna reactor. I don't look at weapons other than ultimate weapons, my friend. You should know this by now. Hey, Randy, you've been gone for a while. I hope it wasn't because of the hurricane. Are you doing all right? Just the other day, people were like, "Where the heck is Randy?" So what have you been doing? You been having some WWE matches or something? Yeah, fair enough. Nothing wrong with taking a break from the internet. Yeah, sure, whatever works for you, Fred. You are the world's biggest heretic, after all. One day I'll cook you and eat you in front of your family. One day. Although it's not today. Of course it does. I'll season you well. Turn you into a good curry. Now come on, high roller, high roller. Dear Lord, please drop me the perfect Freyna reactor or I will cry. Sincerely, Robot. What did you get, Mr. Kinder? Congratulations, well done. What's a good roll on a reactor for Valby using EL? I would say if you're following my farming build, you know what I'm gonna tell you, souls. Check the video, it should be in there. However, If anyone in chat knows the answer, all right? If anyone in chat knows the answer, speak up now. Let's see who has been a good student of the robot. What do you think a farming Valby would need? Unless you're talking about a Valby that's using a gun build, in which case that'd be a totally different answer because I haven't worked on that build. The luck has always been real, man. Ever since day one. Well, let's see if anyone in chat remembers. If nobody in chat remembers, it's okay. But yes, usually in most build videos, I will disclose what my reactor has. So that's always the best way. That's always the best way. But for farming builds, usually you don't need to go for a specific weapon mounting for now. Because most of the time when you're farming, you're doing it to level other stuff. Skill cooldown? Nah. For Valby, duration. Skill duration is far more important than skill cooldown. That is what will set you right. Because Valby is about making sure her DOT lasts. Alright, onward we go. I'm telling you, I can feel it coming. I'm manifesting it. That reactor's gonna come my way. I get it, man. Farming now is so easy. Once you've got the right filters, you're all good.
No chance.
Lol, Gurky. That is indeed what you have to do. Well, Kizza, my junk video is the most updated. So make sure you watch the updated one. If you watch the old one, that's not going to be helpful to you at all. But my channel stays helpful because I'm an official creator for this game. Welcome. You want real info? This is the best place to get it. It's a shame you only found me a few days ago, though. If you had found me at launch, you would be a god. Welcome regardless. If you haven't already seen the playlist of all my videos and you want to study up, here it is. Nightbot will put up the link. So I find it funny though how many people have only discovered me recently because I'm like, I've been here since launch, guys. I've been doing this since launch. I'm an official Nexon creator. Hello. True, better late than never, right? At least they got here eventually. That's a good thing. Okay, anything good? Wow. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Not a single good one. Full on modules too. Okay, let's go delete them. Then we'll come back here and do it again. Again and again and again until we get it. I'm telling you, my Freyna reactor will come home today. I'm thinking it, I'm manifesting it, I'm believing it. I see. So you only started 3 weeks ago. No problem then. At least you found me near the start of your journey, not toward the end. That's a lot better. Have fun. And again, like I said, that playlist of videos will help you a lot. Everything that you need, all the knowledge of the universe is contained in there. Well, all the knowledge that I have anyway. I'm still working on some other stuff, but it goes stage by stage. And yes, before anybody says it, I enjoy doing things manually, especially for these ones. I don't ever shift delete in any game because when it comes to modules or essential things like this, I tell you, I've got a lot of trauma. One time in a game I deleted something I actually needed, so nowadays I just do this manually. I will never get over that. Never. So whenever I have to remove stuff, I'm like, okay, 100% manual piloting now. All other forms of piloting refused. Ah, itchy foot. Scratch my itchy foot. There we go. No problem. Well, if you want to take on Gluttony, you're gonna need a Hailey gun build. or a Glade gun build, both of which are on my channel already, but you're also going to need fully upgraded guns. If you're only 3 weeks into the game and you want to take on Gluttony, not a wise idea. Make sure you have a fully built up gun build character, alright, because Gluttony doesn't do well with skills, and then you'll have to really be able to handle him. Either that or you're going to have to go in with a Valby that can cool him down. Otherwise, you will struggle with Gluttony's mechanics. For Gluttony and Molten Fortress, all those late game bosses, now I'm not really doing it this week, but on other weeks I've shown people how to clear them and how we clear them. It is best to observe my gameplay for that kind of thing if you want to learn. So streams are also important. The videos are mostly just the basics, getting you the builds, things like that, information on this and that. But if you're looking for the advanced stuff like taking on Gluttony, definitely that is not covered in the videos. That is something you learn from streams. So the more that you learn from streams, the better. No problem, Goon Squad. Thank you for enjoying my content. You're not supposed to do DPS as Valby Souls. If you're playing the Valby, you're supposed to cool down Gluttony. Everybody else does the DPS. So if you're not doing your job of cooling down Gluttony, then that is exactly what will happen. Everyone will always die because your job is solely to cool down Gluttony. So if you're playing Valby and trying to DPS Gluttony by using the... Hey, Haza. By using, say, a build that... like a gun build for Valby or things like that, that is not going to go well. Do not do that because you will literally kill everybody. The expectation, I guess, of most people when they see a Valby is that, oh, this Valby is going to cool down Gluttony. So, yeah. Fair enough, Kizza. Then in that case, you are in a good position. But yes, you want to beat Gluttony, you might want to look for some of the streams where I was bossing or stuff like that. And go see if I did any Gluttony runs, because that'll basically teach you what happens. That is usually the case, Souls. Unfortunately, it's one of the two things. You have to either commit to DPS and hope a Valby shows up, or you can commit to Valby and hope your DPSs know what they're doing. But most of the time, playing with randoms is a bit of a crapshoot. You know, you never know what you're gonna get. For that reason, some people have chosen instead to become top supporters of the channel so that they can join me directly whenever I do stuff, you know? People like Haza, all that, they join me directly because they're my crew members, you know? So, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, the choice is yours. But yeah, if you want to do it with randoms, you're gonna have to either organize a little bit, like maybe form a party or something, or pray. Pray hard. No problem. The more streams you check out, the more you learn. That's how it goes. Fun fact, for most people, they want to spend their time playing, but the more time you spend studying, actually, the more you do while playing, because you actually learn a lot.
Out of my way!
Plus, in most cases, you can actually play while learning, which is a great thing. Some folks treat me like a podcast as well. That works tremendously well. But yeah, how's it going today, Haza? I've been reactor farming this entire time, and I have not gotten a single good one. But I'm not gonna give up. This is one of the few weeks where the reactor farms are actually decent. So I'm gonna keep going. I will eventually get a reactor. I mean, y'all can squat up in the official Discord if you want. That's probably the best way. Some people also use world chat pretty often, so. Hey, no problem. Catch you later. But yeah, the official Discord is generally one of the best ways to squad up for that kind of thing. Or world chat. You can always ask in world chat, but world chat, mixed bag as well. You never know who's on the other end. Although sometimes, if you squad up via world chat, you can make some random friends. And then these people will be all like, hey, and you'll be all like, hey.
No chance.
That's how I used to do it before becoming a streamer. I'd always go into like the world chat in video games and be like, okay, starting a party for this, looking for whatever, whatever, whatever. And people will be like, hey. Yeah, I've always wondered, don't you guys have like some kind of text-to-speech thing for like console? Because that would make so much sense. I don't know why they don't do that. Because on console, typing is like, sorry, speech to text. I always say it the wrong way around. Text to speech. Speech to, speech to text. That way you can just say whatever you want into your microphone and it'll get typed. Ah, itchy boob. A Discord server? Mine is private. There's an official Discord server. The official Discord server is free and accessible to everybody. Just go on the Nexon website and you can access the official Discord. That is the official one for First Descendant. If you talk about my community has its own private Discord, but the only way to get into my community's Discord is if you are somebody who is a top supporter on stream. So that means, sorry, a top supporter of the channel. That means a high enough level membership, such as Plus Ultra tier or Only Fan tier. And of course you have to be somebody that also always shows up, things like that. So it's up to you. That one is optional and I don't really recommend it unless you find that my community and my streams are a place that you genuinely enjoy hanging out all the time. Then absolutely, you know, by all means, we would love to have you in. But if not, then, you know, I would say please go to the official Discord because it's a lot easier and of course it's free. You don't have to pay a cent to get in there. The highest level channel membership on my channel, Colton, as part of a joke, is called the Only Fan tier. Because last time I expected only one person to ever get that tier. But we have 3 people at that tier right now. So, yeah. I just didn't want to change the name because I looked at it, I was like, this is funny. So, yeah. In terms of channel memberships, Plus Ultra is obviously from Boku no Hero Academia. But yeah, when I was deciding on my membership tiers, I called them by different names. And I was like, you know what? Since this last tier is going to be epic as hell, I'll just call it Only Fan. And literally for the longest time, only one person had it. So that was pretty cool. But now there's 3 people that have it. I mean, speech to text usually would be a good idea. No problem, Bruce. Only AC when? Tell you what, Kinder, when you're ready to sign up for that kind of tier, I'll make an only AC tier just for you. It'll be double the price. Come on, surely one of these reactors will be a good one. Surely. Surely. I'm praying, family. I'm praying. I'm praying right now. See you later, Kinder. And we'll see how the luck turns. We shall have to pray for the gacha. Now, come on. One of these has to be decent. Nope. None of them were decent. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just wish that one day they'll give us a reactor reroll function. I'd be so happy if they did that. It would actually make so much sense. I'm legitimately not even caring about the weapon mounting right now, but all I want is the options. All I want's the options. And even then, the options do not wish to come home. What is this? I've lost my mind. My mind is lost. I mean, this is a very fast mission, but still. My mind is getting consumed. Come on, come on. Reactors are a pain for everybody, unfortunately. Like, I get that they're trying to make the system easier, but damn. The grind be real. There's just too many options for them to roll. Especially options that are completely irrelevant to the reactor in question. Hence the issue. You could have a semi-god rolled reactor, but it wouldn't be enough, you know? I feel that in future they'll reduce this factor a little bit, but I still think that it would be best if they adjusted for it now. Because like I said, there's just too many options. Too many options out there. It makes no sense. Oh, but just gotta set at 3. Praying for some good results.
Out of my way!
That's what everybody wants. Maybe they will have that in future. I certainly would not mind. Because we have tons of reactor materials that are kind of just sitting there, so. I do think this will be the kind of problem that they resolve over time, but like I said, remains to be seen. I think the game heard me though. Seems to have dropped me a ton. Come on, one of these has to be good. And nope. No, 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 no. Alright. Come on, I believe it. In the next 10-15 minutes. I believe we can do it. Come on, I believe it. I believe it. I'm gonna believe in magic. I'm gonna believe in the magic. Believe in the magic. I'm telling you, I can feel it. It's coming. It's coming my way.
Get out of the way! Whoa!
Not really. It was only used for a short time due to a bug.
Out of my way!
After that, it doesn't exist. And look, I'll be real with you, electric condense is pretty bad. Because although it makes a nice, cool looking explosion, the time it takes to do that is high and the skill power modifier is really low. You'd actually do way better just playing Bunny as per normal. Because Bunny, like, being able to hit multiple times with her lightning emission is so much more valuable than the amount of damage you do with a single electric condense while waiting for the cooldown and doing it again. I don't view it as a good idea. I'll be honest with you, Jonathan, you'll probably get quite a bit of weapon XP while doing these farms because the thing is that you're going to be repeating them quite a lot. So I've actually been getting some fairly decent XP from my perforator, but nothing on the level of block hybrid mining. So while you're farming a reactor, you can put some levels into your weapon as well. But don't expect it to be on the level of block hybrid mining or anything similar. It's just a nice little extra that you can get. Hello, Day Day. How's it going? I'm literally just farming reactors today. Still haven't gotten a solid one yet. And I'm not even concerned about weapon mounting. I'm just looking for the rolls. I'll tell you. The reactors today have eluded me. Good job, Colton. Yeah, all I'm doing this week is farming reactors because this week is one of the weeks where there are some really solid reactors out there. And you probably don't want to miss out. Oh yes, full inventory finally.
No chance!
Okay, high roller. Did we get anything good? Oh my god, after all that, only one was left. That means all the rolls were trash. Lol, Slim 400. You haven't watched me in 3 days. Hashtag sad, bro. How could you miss out on me for 3 days? Welcome back, though. I don't think it'll be bullet specific because that'll be pretty stupid. If they made it bullet specific, that is gonna be very dumb and people are gonna be pissed. Because their wording promises that it should be, you could have any 3 weapons of any type. All right. Let's go review that for a second. Because too many people have asked this and I want to be 100% clear in my facts. So if we look at the dev series, the latest dev series, Dev Note 14, October 10th update, scroll all the way down to the bottom, right? They say that they want to introduce the reactor implant system. The system will allow you to implant the weapon optimization conditions of other ultimate reactors to your current ultimate reactor. An ultimate reactor can have up to 3 weapon optimization conditions, and you can freely implant weapon optimization conditions based on your weapon settings. Alright? So basically, we will need a piercing light mounting. Let's say I want to use the piercing light. We'll need a piercing light mounting, and I can implant it on my current reactor. So you're still going to have to farm the reactor in question, but farming the mounting and the optimization, like the god rolls, will be completely different. So that should be okay. But as far as the wording can tell, like, it should be alright. It should be alright to implant anything on it, because they did not mention anything about rounds. But if they do restrict it, people are going to be very mad. All good, Slim. So yeah, a lot of people are concerned about this. I personally think that it'd be very silly if they did it the way they did it. Like, if they choose to make it so that it is based on weapon ammo type or whatever, it's not gonna fly well. Like, I think that that is gonna be absolutely terrible, and people are gonna protest straight away. Like, they're gonna lose players over that. So I hope they'll make a good decision, and I hope that they will choose to do the right thing, which is to ensure that they make it so that it's not based on weapon mounting, that they base it on that's not based on weapon round type, that they just allow you to implant any weapon mounting freely, which would make more sense. Yes, it will be similar to enhancing the ultimate ability of a weapon, the unique ability of a weapon. Essentially, what will happen is that you will have a weapon that has a mounting you want, so you'll search for a reactor that has the mounting you want, then implant that onto the reactor that has the rolls you want. So you can kind of go for both. Listen, Day, you're gonna have to farm it anyway. Because we all know that that's BIS, best in slot, right? So no matter what, you're gonna have to farm it. This week's reactor farms are very good, so spend the week farming reactors. Search for good rolls. I mean, I'm literally here at Rockfall Sterile Lands, searching for a, like, the mounting is going to be purple. Heavy rounds, which Freyna does not use. But this mission is very fast to clear. So I'm hoping for some good luck to get a god roll, then I'll carry on from there. But so far, my luck has not been good. How does the power boost ratio math work? You talk about this? It just adds a bonus to your skill power shown here. That's all it does. If you want more in-depth math, honest answer, you might have to look up one of those nerdy videos that goes in depth with that, because I've done the calculations, but I don't really show the math because I'll be real with you, those types of videos don't get that much attention. Because most people do not want to know in depth. They just want to follow my build, and it's good enough. I think you'll be able to change the original as well. I hope you will be able to change the original, because that would make the most sense. Because if you cannot change the original, then I think that we're going to have a very bad time. That being said, I am going to go to a different area for a change of scenery. Actually, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'll farm tomorrow. I'm going to spend the last half hour killing bosses with my shiny new gold reactor for Hailey. Screw this! I'm going back to Albion. Let's go bully Obstructor with Hailey for no reason. Or you know what, guys? I'm gonna go bully Devour with Enzo and get my stuff that way. Why? Because I'm a badass. I'm a badass. That's why. Special Enzo mode. Special Enzo mode. Actually, let's double check that. Yes. Okay. Correcto mundo. This one's normal. Okay, let's go. Of course I have, Day. Come on.
Are you ready?
Please turn on your notifications. Alright, you should already know what I have released and what I haven't released. Please turn the notifications on my channel on if you don't want to miss stuff. Imagine not knowing what build videos I've already released. You disappoint me, Day. Take this man out and murder him, please, if you could. Send him to the gallows, and I want his entire bloodline erased from the planet. He must not live beyond this day. But yeah, I need a break. I've been farming reactors since the start of stream, so I'm gonna take a breather. I'm gonna do a little bit of Enzo. Turn around. Good boy. So I guess I should stick with just Greg's. Okay, noted. I did want to test that out. I think if I stick with Greg's, I should be able to actually do it in one phase.
Let's try it.
Yeah. Again. No. there's also an alternative way of, you know, farming reactors. Damn. Maybe I'll have to just do it with the Enduring Legacy. Unless I put down a second one. I guess I could, theoretically. I suppose I gotta get used to that too. Unfortunately, Enzo's silly thing is that his power, you know. Let's see, using the EL just from the start. See what happens. I mean, EL can do it in one mag. I'm still relatively dissatisfied though. I'll do with Greg's. I'm pretty sure I have spray and pray at least, so it should be working. Rage, slight bits of rage. Yeah, just because like I haven't built him up enough yet. I'm just here to beat up Devourer for a little bit. I'm so tired of farming Haza. I kept farming and farming and farming and it still didn't want to give me what I wanted. So I'm angry. I'll farm some more tomorrow, but for today, you know, I think I'm gonna just take a chill peel.
Enhancing firearm.
Damn, almost.
Charge the shield.
I was legit just messing and hoping I could do it without the EL, but yeah, EL is the easiest way to do it because it'll just be a straight up murder this guy instantly. Eh, shame. Gregs, why you gotta be such a Gregs? Did I get any god rolls? No, I did not. Shame. No god rolls here either. 8 seconds is the goal on Gluttony, no way. Hey, Doc. It's doable, but we'll all have to run glass cannon, and I'm not a fan of that.
More like this. Yeah, there's nothing better.
Thunder Cage is trash for bossing. It is a mobbing weapon, so I would never use the Thunder Cage. Because Enzo's power works best with a big mag. That's his whole shtick. So his supply firearm enhancer lasts until your mag lasts. So if you don't have a big mag, if you don't have a hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper, you will suffer. Let's see how many more times I can bully Devourer, and if he'll give me anything good. This is called the Alternative Reactor Farm. Because all the reactors are random, well, chances of getting a god roll aren't exactly that high. Thunder Cage is okay, but even if it's my own build, it's only for mobbing. It is designed solely for mobbing. When you want to fight against bosses, you should not be using that because you will lose out quite a bit. That is the truth of the matter, unfortunately. I agree. If restart was quicker, life would be a lot easier. Okay, let's enjoy the one semi-decent gold reactor that I did get. I'm gonna go poke Dead Bride. Let's go bully her. Let's go bully her with like 9-second kills and make her bow. Bow to the throne. Well, that should be your first priority. Setting up.
Aiming at target. Setting objective.
Whew, 3 shots. I never get tired of seeing that. Unfortunately, that's how it does feel. It can be rough. It can be rough. It's most likely a bad RNG. The one most important thing is to keep my stream on like a podcast whenever you're farming. You'll get that streamer luck. Feels good.
Over limit freeze.
The stream luck is real for everybody, Haza. You know? Sometimes that is how it goes. You're lucky Foxy's in a meeting. Otherwise, she'll have to give you the head chop. Hey, Valen. Poor dead bride just straight up getting bullied today. I mean, she deserves it, but still. Straight up getting bullied. Maybe after this I bully some obstructor. Just for fun, you know? Just to give a different feeling. This last half hour of stream is my nice little break.
You're going to feel a little chilly.
Not really. Hailey is currently a better bosser than Ultimate Lepic, so most people would not use Ultimate Lepic. But of course, the choice is yours. Like, I can't stop you from building it, and I certainly won't stop you from building it. But I'd say that if you already have a Hailey, and your Hailey's fully built, you're not gonna touch your Lepic. Like, that's just me being honest. It's one of the things that annoys me so much because I spent my time working on Lepic, and as soon as the season came out and Hailey came out, I was like, okay, no point anymore. Even with Frostwalker, of course. I mean, Axome, have you not seen me beat Frostwalker with Hailey? Come on. I've beaten Frostwalker so many dozens of times with Hailey. It's just hilarious. Like, I do not understand why people believe that Lepic is a necessity. Like, it, as long as you've got my build. Come on, I've deleted Frostwalker. Have you not? If you go check my YouTube shorts, I literally specifically posted a YouTube short of me absolutely deleting Frostwalker in like, what, 40 seconds? So, you will be fine. You will genuinely be fine. hate that it's matchmaking me like, bruh. If only I could private. That works so much better. But I cannot. So I'll have to suffer through this for a while.
Stand back.
Don't know why I did that for no reason, but whatever.
Selecting objective.
Here. Law, glass cannon, Lepic.
At least your right arm stays fine like it.
True, but for me personally, I don't know. Even if I had Ultimate Lepic, even if I had Ultimate Lepic built specifically for that, I just don't feel it, you know? I'm just like, the more I look at it, the more I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. I don't think I'm a master of 3-shot sniping, but realistically speaking, I don't know. I just feel like Ultimate Lepic just doesn't have the same firepower because you have to go so glass cannon with him. That's the only downside. Cause, excuse me. You have to use so many other modules like that. Hailey does not need the same modules that Ultimate Lepic does. So it feels, I don't know, unnecessary.
Over limit freeze.
This angle was not so good. But it is what it is. Streamer luck has always been real, my friend. That's the whole point. It's always real. But that's life. There'll always be those beautifully lucky moments. See you later, pod.
Are you ready to undertake a void intercept battle assignment?
I do not disagree with that, Haza. That is quite true.
It's up to me.
You see those Haileys from all the way back there? Yeah, not a wise decision. But thankfully there were 3 of them. Do not ever bust from back there, alright? Because the 50% damage bonus is quite crucial. A lot of Haileys always forget about that. Luckily, there were 3. TFD in the morning tomorrow? No. I'll still be playing Dark Tide with my friends. I'll probably be doing that until about the 10th. On the 10th, though, I'm going hardcore on TFD. I think a lot of people are also just waiting for that. So, yeah, I'm gonna take a little breather, you know, relax myself. Then once the 10th comes, I'm gonna do it full on. So yeah, I'm just gonna relax my pals first, you know, refresh myself, because I know that once the time comes, it is going to be busy. So I don't like to push myself during the so-called off season.
I am analyzing the void paradox.
Okay, now back to Dead Bride for a little bit. It's not that it's crazy good. I'm always getting them, and like I've opened so many amorphous over time. So all that you're seeing is everything that I've done over time. That's just the key to everything. See, way too many people, they forget about how many of these runs I've done. You know, like realistically, the other day I opened up like what, 30 amorphous? So the more of these types of runs that you do, the better, and that's all it really is. You know, you're just constantly doing runs, you do it over and over and over. If I had, say, 30 amorphous for Dead Bride, just as an example, right? And I just kept doing Dead Bride over and over and over, chances are I'd get so many of like whatever it is. You know, whatever it is I'm searching for, be it energy activator, crystallization catalyst, all of that is absolutely possible. So what's the key to this? The key to all of it is just making sure that, you know, you the key to it is just making sure that you stay stocked up and then just open en masse. This is not streamer luck, my guy. That's the one thing. Like, of course, you know, everybody always talks about streamer luck, but the thing is, right, most of the time it never is. This is a numbers game. All it really is a game of numbers. Exactly. Like, if somebody opens up just 5 amorphous, you know, they may not get what they want. And they certainly might not get a crystallization catalyst, but you open up 50, you're probably going to get at least like 10. So it's all about the numbers. In fact, almost everything in life is a numbers game. Whether it's streaming, creation of content, all of it's all about numbers. As long as you got the numbers, you're solid. There's nothing to worry about. You don't have the numbers, then you gotta start panicking. Listen, that has always been the case, Foxy. Well, it's going good. About to end my stream now. Unfortunately, didn't get a good reactor today, but I'm gonna try again tomorrow. So that's what I'm gonna do, and yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm more or less relaxed. Just decided to spend the last bit of stream bullying Dead Bride because I was like, you know what? If I'm not gonna get what I need, then I'm just gonna bully Dead Bride and blast her with my big sniper.
You're going to feel a little chilly.
So that's what I'm doing before I end stream. Just having a little bit of fun. I love how the Lepic in that one image, in that one loading screen image, he's using a shotgun. But nobody uses a shotgun.
I'll finish the job no matter what. Objective confirmed. Target confirmed. Ready to fire.
Yeah, 25 meters is enough. Okay, good. Good to confirm. Well, at least you can use that for a while.
Selecting objective.
You can block my vision with ice, but I'm still gonna get her. Oh, we all love the grind. The grind is a permanent reality. All right, time for a grand finale. Yep, all that farming today and not a single perfect one. But that does happen. That does happen, you know? This is the reality of RNG. And again, you know, I always find it funny when people don't look at grinds like this. Code Billy Lau? No? If you register as a supporter, that's all you have to do. then every month you just extend your support. Don't worry about codes, none of that. As long as you register through my link right there,
Unit target.
you see that Nightbot link? That's all you have to do. Thank you very much for registering, Billy. Appreciate that. Wow. That was the first time I saw that odd movement pattern from her. Normally she doesn't do that. That's because you are hard farming a Freyna reactor. I went around to different areas though. So I do admit that my farming was a bit more scattered, but yes. Jay-Woo, look. I think that it'll be for all weapons to put into the same, like, basically you can put any reactor into any other reactor. That's what I believe. If you're hearing different things from different people, nobody knows the answer right now, Jay-Woo. Nobody knows the answer right now. I would say wait for it to come out, and then we can adjust accordingly. All right? As far as I know, now please don't listen to misinformation out there unless it's an official creator or a dev that personally tells you something. Don't be watching those weird videos. All of those are clickbait. Why do people do clickbait? Because they know that you guys will get panicky and worried about it. That's why. I've seen so many videos covering this already. But what I will say is that, and I quote, please refer only to official information, i.e. here is the dev note, which I already covered in my video talking about the 10th of October. Let's read what it says. And I want to cover this one last time, but I hope everybody knows this, because if you guys are watching clickbait videos and clickbait creators, you are helping them spread misinformation. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. And Glock Tony, you should never do that at all. Only use purple weapons as stated in my Ultimate F2P Survival Guide. You should never bother with an ultimate weapon until you get to level 100. Only focus on purple weapons because that should be all you need. If you are relying on an ultimate weapon in your normal storyline, you're playing wrong and you're doing the mods wrong. Focus on upgrading the mods you need. Follow the Ultimate F2P Survival Guide. Alright? Now, with respect to the reactor issue, if you read the dev note, what it says, the new system, the reactor implant system, will allow you to implant the weapon optimization conditions of other ultimate reactors to your current ultimate reactor. An ultimate reactor can have up to 3 weapon optimization conditions, and you can freely implant weapon optimization conditions based on your weapon settings. Weapon settings referring to our weapons that we have equipped. With this, you will no longer have to farm a new reactor each time you switch weapons. You only need to implant a new weapon optimization condition into the reactor you are currently using. Hope that answers your question, Jay-Woo. Please, do not ever pay attention to misinformation and clickbait videos. If you guys are paying attention to people other than the official guys, you will always suffer. Please only listen to information that is being passed on to you guys from official sources, okay? The more you guys panic about things, the more you guys get upset about things or you worry about things that does not come from an official source, the more you're going to go wrong and you're going to be wasting your time on things that are irrelevant. So do not ever do that. All right? Never ever watch a video or pay attention. I know, but never ever watch a video or pay attention to anything that is not from an official source, because if you do so, you are going to suffer. The choice is yours, Jay-Woo, but I'm going to tell you this right now. If you remove those kinds of sources from your mind and you stop paying attention to that information, you're going to be a lot happier. You're going to be able to enjoy the game. What I would say is, don't panic in advance. Wait till the system comes out, and if there are any problems with the system, they're going to change it straight away. Because they're going to have serious problems if they said, oh, well, there's this restriction. Nobody's going to want that. What they already said was that we can freely implant the weapon optimization conditions. They're not going to walk that back. If they do, they're going to have problems. So, please, guys, it's okay to confirm information with me. But if you're hearing things, ask yourself first, did you hear it from an official source? Is the person giving you the information a dev or an official creator? If they are not an official creator or they're not a dev, then the information is probably not for real. Okay? All right. That brings us to the end of the stream today. I hope you guys have had a good time today. I will see you all tomorrow evening for more reactor farming, and there'll be some more Dark Tide in the morning. So, catch you all then. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't be falling for clickbait now, alright? While I'm gone, I hope you guys will focus only on proper information. Okay, catch y'all later.